I'm SB Barber of your SB Barber Morning Show. I gave you my word that after our SB Barber Morning Show with VJ Smith at Sammy's Avenue Eatery, I hit the street no matter what the cost might be. I want to bring you community view. Well, I decided to come down to Cub Foods on Broadway and just interact with our community. I have a queen standing next to me. She'll introduce herself. And there are two elements that concerns that I have. Get out to vote, as well as the perspective of our community. It's up to her what she'd like to address. All right, and tell them who you are.
Good morning. My name is Sylvia Amos, and I actually serve as the Director of Programs for the Stair Foundation. Our community, I'm a lifelong resident of Northside, Minneapolis, and our community is our responsibility. I'm concerned right now because our young people need our help. There's a lot of crime and just misdirection with our young folks that we need to get them redirected, and I feel that direction needs to come through the body of Christ and through our community churches. And in regards to voting, it is extremely important that everybody who is eligible to vote gets out and votes today, as well as in the national election. Every local election is important, so we have to vote. I can't tell you who to vote for. Let your conscience be your guide, but vote for who you feel is going to make a difference in our community.
Give our body. I'm clergy, so give our body of Christ, our churches specifically, creative way that they can impact our community outside of the walls, outside of the sanctuary.
That's right.
Take it to the street. Give them some creative ways, because
for one, it begins with getting out of the walls of your church. Church is not inside the walls, in my view. We worship inside the walls. We do the work of the church inside the walls, but God's work happens outside the walls of the church. The only way we're going to reach the community is to get outside the walls of our church, one by one, community by community. We have done that in our convention, and a couple of weeks ago, the men and women got together and went to North Commons Park and had community prayer, reached out to the community, barbecued, gave out hot dogs to anybody that was there, and then ministered to anybody who wanted to listen. And there were many young men, and I gave it to the men of our convention, that sat and talked with these young brothers one-on-one, because they've been there. They have been there. So the church has to come outside of its walls if we're going to be effective. We used to. We always depended on our church for whatever our needs were, whether you were a member of that body of Christ or not. Everybody's a child of God, and so we have to reach outside our walls to assist those that need our assistance.
And clergy, here's what we're doing for you. If this is really convicting you and hitting you in the right place and the right time, you may be the one that says, you know what, I really want to do this, but I want to come ready to engage. She gave you an example, but if you would like to step out of the box further and reach her directly, give them your contact information.
Yes, you can reach me through the Stair Foundation at 612-521-3110. And actually, you can talk to Reverend Alfred Babington Johnson. He and many other ministers are doing exactly that, bringing the church together to see how we can get out and reach our folks that need GEDs, that need assistance with getting jobs. We're working on that as I speak. So please call Stair Foundation, 612-521-3110.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right.
All right. Absolutely. Thank you. I needed that.
All right. You look beautiful.
Thank you. All right. As I'm moving about, and you're getting much love for what you had to say. All right. As we're moving about here at Cub Foods, as I said, it's very important that we hear the community view. We can't do it alone. And we, the people, make up the community. You know what? I just let this roll in its own way and go with that. I'm SB Barber of the SB Barber Morning Show. I'm also Apostle SB Barber. I'm speaking with individuals here in the community that can come from two perspectives. I haven't turned the Facebook camera on you yet because I have to have your permission. Get out to vote because this is primary today, as well as your perspective of your community. How can we impact it in a positive way? May I get your perspective? Just a brief one.
No. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, that's why I make it a point not to turn this camera. Are you from our community here?
I am not. Nope.
Can you give your perspective about how you see the community, or even get out to vote today? And let's step away from this so the traffic doesn't get
I
us.
actually am working right now. I'm in the
All
middle,
right.
yeah, running around.
All right,
so
thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, there are those that will take the time and chat with us just for a moment, and it only takes a minute. I'm SB Barber with the SB Barber Morning Show. I love it when I can interact with young folks. I just want to know your perspective of our community. Would you do that for me? Doesn't matter. Just you have a perspective. All right? All right, you want to pass? All right, thank you. All right. You know, I don't give up no matter what. It does not matter. It's your community. Hello, Queens. I'm SB Barber with SB Barber Morning Show, and I decided to take the walls off of my morning show and come to the community.
Okay.
Today is get out to vote for the primaries.
I know, I've been seeing the
Yes,
signs.
and also, what's your perspective of our community? Will you talk with me for a moment?
Oh, sure.
Okay, all right.
We're not being recorded, is we?
Absolutely.
I don't want to be recorded.
Okay,
I go to school for law, so I don't want to be on camera.
don't give your name.
No, I don't want to be.
All right, all right.
I would do it off camera. I would
Okay,
do it.
thank you.
I see you again.
Hello,
How you doing,
hello,
dear?
Queen. Come over here. I don't want a card. We have an
We
issue
not
here.
receiving that drive.
I'm SB Barber, the SB Barber Morning Show. I've gone from Penn Avenue, Emerson area, and now Cub. I decided to take the walls off of our morning show, come to you, the community. 2 points today on Tuesday New. Get out to vote, your perspective or what you want to say about that matter. We're voting for our senators, our legislators, our, representatives, and also, mainly, how do you see our community? What we can do. Will you talk with us for a moment?
Well, how I see the community.
Okay, wait a minute, wait.
How you gonna be on camera?
Yes, she knows.
It's my good hair there.
All right.
No,
and
how
tell
I-
them who you are.
My name is Angela Miles, and how I see our community right about now, I think they need more things to do because black men are dying really fast these days, and I think there should be more activities for them to do, even for our children, because I don't think there's enough. And I live in another state, which is Las Vegas, and I think that they should put more to the community than building more trees and putting things in the more bike set. Oh gosh, we got to
You know what? I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
and make it to where children can be able to do something besides go outside and fight and kill one another. I think it just should be more things there.
Thank you. And you can check this out on GMNLiveTV. Thank you. Your voice matters.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. All right. As I'm moving about here out on the outside of Cub Store, and Cub Store is a major figure as it relates to they were sponsoring and involved with Stop the Violence, Bring Unity to Our Community. It was hosted on this lot, and so we know that they're concerned, and so I wanted to bring it from this perspective. Grace and peace, everyone.
Yes,
I'm
yes. Hi,
SB
beauty.
Barber, thank you.
Uh-huh.
SB Barber Morning Show, and I decided to, after I broadcast live at Sammy's Avenue Eatery,
Yes.
I decided to take the walls off of my show and come to the community.
Oh, yeah.
So, 2 points.
Uh-huh.
Your perspective of our community and or get out to vote the primaries today.
I just said that.
All right, can we come on over here?
Look at
Come
here.
on over
Wait
here.
just a second
Come
now.
on.
Hold on now.
All right.
Hey.
Tell us who you are.
Okay, my
Mark
name is
Jackson.
Queen, and that's Mark Jackson.
I do vote.
All right, so come on over here. Don't go away.
Okay,
All
don't
right.
go away.
All right, King, talk to us about how important doing
It's very important
voting
to
in
get
the
out to
primary.
vote. It really is. Everybody needs to.
All right.
All right?
And how easy is it?
Just go and register.
All right, where did you go?
Bloomington
See, he went to Bloomington. Now he's
on
right
the north
here.
side.
All right, on the north side. All right, ladies. Your perspective. And you know what? Give us your perspective of our community. Did you do that?
Okay.
It needs to improve a lot
How so?
pretty soon.
How so? Give us some examples.
And all the killing and violence going on around here, need to stop it. Really do.
Thank you. and ladies.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Would you tell them who you are?
Yes,
and
my
thank
name
you?
is Queen. I work for the city of Minneapolis, elections and voting, right? And so when you ask me how important it is for us, historically, we have not been turning out to the polls, except for when Barack Obama came, okay, 2012. However, I think that it is a conscious behavior for people to have now in order for us to continue the momentum of voting. Because people don't understand the value of voting. It's because
Now, how
the
does
morale
this
is
work
there.
with this being primaries? Let's break it down.
Okay,
for them.
primary. So primary is usually by parties, right? We got the Democrat and the Republican parties. And so that's mainly who is moving forward, people that are in our local area, right? Our senators is on the ballot. Our congressman is on the ballot. Our representatives are on the ballot. Our judges are on the ballot, right? And so we need to make sure that when we start talking about our community, that this is a way to hold them folks accountable. You hear me?
And even after, see, for that individual that said, okay, I hear you, now I got to do double Dutch. I'm going to jump in here. And I'm saying to them, for those of you that are listening to this broadcast right now, you can go to our SB Barber Morning Show site. There's a link under the broadcast program for the Senate, the legislature, and the representatives. There's, we're making it as simple as we can. Now, you may say, I don't know anything about any of those folks. We're going to help you out. Tell them, as an example, here's how you do it. Go to that link, look at the names. Some of those names are going to make sense to you.
Right.
I have no doubt about it.
Like Joe
But-
Mallory
Come
or
on.
Fu Lee or, any of the people that we really don't know. Even the people that we know, like Senator Bobby Joe Champion or Ray Dean.
And the school board.
And
we
the
have
school
those that are
board.
vying for the school
Absolutely.
board.
Absolutely.
And there is a way for you to take a look at those sitting positions.
Yes.
And take a look at what bills did they vote on.
Yes.
What bills did they reject.
Absolutely.
A little
Let's
bit
talk
about
money.
who they are. Let's
talk money.
Follow
Okay.
the money. Here we
Okay,
go.
let's talk money.
Now you
so
got the attention.
we had a black agenda this year come before the governor, right? $100 million was asked so that the state would help fund and do some things within the black community. Okay, so here's my thing, right? We could put up $100 million or create $100 million to stop the recruitment of ISIS, but we can't come up with $100 million to help the disparities for black folks. Today is the day to get out and vote. Today is the day.
Having said that, what you're saying to the community when they go to vote, what are you really saying to them when you say if they can't put up that kind of money for the infrastructure of our inner city black community? Let's talk about that just a little bit more. Help
I'm
them
just
understand.
saying that in this country right now, black folks is having the worst disparities. We're having the worst disparities in healthcare. We're having the worst disparities in housing. We're having the worst disparities in education. We're having the worst disparities in income and jobs. And so if we could see some sort of relief, and we're asking our representatives, our state elected officials, our governor, to come out and be able to give us something, to give us some relief, create something for us. And then we get, Emerge got $4 million. We don't know what happened to the $100 million that we was asking for. And so, yeah, I have a little problem with that. Yeah.
So we need to follow the money. So
Absolutely.
once you vote, and you know what, and even if you get this tomorrow and it hits you and convicts you, you still have an opportunity to make a difference by following the budget.
Got to.
Know when the meetings are happening concerning
Absolutely.
that particular group
Get
and
engaged.
that budget. Get engaged. Go to that meeting. Your voice
Yes.
counts.
Yes.
Hold them accountable.
Yes. Start
That's
having
your
one-to-one meetings with your city council members. Make sure that you understand who's voting for what and what bills that they stand for. And if it's not in the benefit or the interest of black folks, then what we need to do is come together. and start addressing those issues.
All right, I want
Yes.
you to. Let's hear you.
Thank
I'm
you.
loving those glasses.
Thank
Come
you.
on. Introduce who you are.
I'm Julia Shockley, and I just want to speak out about the community here over North Minneapolis, all the killing and everything. And I just really want to say, parents, take a look at yourselves and what you're doing, while your kids are out here with these guns and killing people and stuff, take time out with your kids and do things with your kids and everything, instead of having them going out here just running around wild and being destructive, just killing each other and tearing up our community. It's a shame, but it comes from somewhere, and I'm just asking, for everybody to take a look at yourself and what part that you play in what's going on in our community.
I appreciate your spirit, your heart. Thank you. Now, the young lady we just spoke with, I would like for her to follow up with me. If she's on Facebook, to go to GMN Live TV on Facebook. GMN Live TV.
Okay.
Inbox me her contact information, because we will be doing a follow-up on the primaries on tomorrow, and I'd like to have her guest appear. All she has to do is call in to our studio. All right, and she can check this out today too. All right, do you remember her name?
No, I don't. That's my guy's friend, so he has her name and number.
All right, the gentleman right
Yes.
here. He's like, why are they pointing at me? All right. All right, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you listening to us today. All right. Tell them anything else you want to say. I need the contact information of the woman I was talking
Just really,
with.
people get
I want
out
her on my
there
show
and
tomorrow
vote.
morning to
You
call
don't
in.
really know how important it is that everybody vote. Everybody vote counts. So get out there, go to the polls, and do what you have to do and everything to support our community, to get us to where we need to be.
Go to my GMNLiveTV page. All right, inbox and contact. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. All right, sir. May I get a comment from you? I'm SB Barber, the SB Barber Morning Show.
Okay.
And it's all about the business of TuesdayNew, Community View. I decided to take the walls off of our broadcast, along with our commentators, and they are wholeheartedly in favor of hearing from you.
Okay.
I love hearing from our men. So this is Facebook Live, so that you know that they're hearing it real time.
Okay.
And instead of, let's just be real with them. What's your perspective on two levels as it relates to get out and vote in the primaries today for the senators, school board, council persons, Senate legislator, etc.? Or specifically, how do you feel about your community?
Wow. Well, I tell
Talk
you.
right.
Okay.
Tell them who you are, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
I'm Clarence Ward. Everybody knows me as CW. How you doing? Hope everybody's having a blessed day. My opinion as far as votes matter, everybody's votes matter. You get out here, express your opinion. If you want to see change, you got to be the change that you want to see. As far as
I like that. If you want to see change, you want to make change, you got to be the change.
That's right.
Wow, hashtag.
Amen.
Go ahead.
But also, as far as the community goes, I see things. Well, from my personal perspective, I see things going light and light. So
Tell it like
I do.
you see.
Yeah,
This
I
is
do.
your moment.
I see, that we are progressing. It's more positive going on than negative. And everything's going to happen in time. It's going to work out in time. Just got to have faith. But your vote matters.
All right, Mr. Ward, thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your
Yeah,
day.
blessed day to you.
This is what happens when you take the time to talk with community and get their perspective, what their impression is as it relates to what's happening on the street. And wow, you just have to have patience. We have to have patience with one another and give them the respect to hear their voice. Everyone's voice matters. Excuse me, just quickly, I'm with SB Barber Morning Show. Your face looks familiar. But anyway, if you don't mind, 2 points. Get out to vote today in the primaries for our city council, senate, legislator, representatives, etc. Or how your perspective is. What is your perspective of our community? And if you don't mind sharing that.
I just moved here, so I really don't know.
Well, in general, how do you feel? You've heard, but you know what's going on.
Very dangerous, I know that. It's very dangerous, very scary.
And just moving here, what would you like to see? Just let them. What would you like to see change?
I like to see people get along better, especially these young people stop dying, and the police officers to get more friendlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm here at Cub Stores, and we appreciate our fire department. Do you have just a moment to today is August 9th, get out to vote in the primaries.
I don't live in the city.
Oh, you don't? All
No,
right.
I live in Inver Grove Heights.
You're in Inver Grove Heights. Is this your beat?
Yeah.
All right. Do you mind saying what what would you like to say to the community? Because you're working, your job is pretty hard.
That's above my pay grade. Sorry.
Not your community grade. It's
No.
not above your community
No,
grade.
but it's so anything like that, we have to go through a public information.
All right,
officer.
then I won't show your faces on mine. What can you say to us, to the community?
About, well, I guess I don't understand what you're.
Being safe, getting out to vote, whatever your perspective
Well, I definitely
is.
think it's important to get out and vote. It's your community, and these people are representing you and what they're speaking for you. You're electing them to be your voice.
Thank you. All right. That's how we do it. Have to come out of the box and just hear what our brothers have to say. Can I chat with you for a quick moment? I'm SB Barber, the SB Barber Morning Show, and I selected to just come and hear. We don't want to get hit by a car. Hear your perspective as men in the community. Today, number one is get out to vote, the primaries to vote, and or your opinion about our community.
Okay.
Will you introduce yourself? I'm doing this live.
Yeah, you go ahead, Luke, because I don't even stay over here from St. Paul.
You doing this live?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell them who you are.
Yeah, my name is Dale. What's going on? You talking about the community, the North Minneapolis community.
Whatever your perspective is about community.
Well, my perspective on this community is that, it's been a lot of shootings, a lot of killings and stuff around here lately, you know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of this stuff is nonsense. A lot of the murders or killings and stuff going on is nonsense, and we need to come together as brothers, period, brothers and sisters, because the Northside can definitely be a much better place than it is right now. It used to be a much better place, at least in the 80s and the early 90s. This is much better. Now you don't even know what store to go to. You got to pick a store. Which one going to be the rowdiest? What's going to be the more better one to go to? So, it needs to change.
All right.
It definitely needs to change. But I got to go.
Thank you.
A peace to the North Side. Straight up.
Thank
Stop
you.
killing each other.
All right. Hello, sir. Miss and sir. Okay, I don't want to get this door. I'm SB Barber with SB Barber Morning Show, and I decided to take the walls off of our broadcast. So after the radio broadcast, I hit the community. I want to know your perspective on 2 points today. August 9th, primaries, get out to vote, and or our community. What do you want to say about our responsibility as a community, our own self-emancipation? Now, you're kind of tall, so I'm going to have to just say hello to everyone.
Hello, world. I'm actually on vacation right now, but
Let's step over.
honestly, I've only been back for a couple of days. I lived here for 31 years. I look at everything. I love what they're doing with the city, but it seems that I think the community needs to band together. It takes a family, or it takes a village to raise a family or raise kids.
Separated as a community?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was listening to the radio this morning, and I'm like, everything is like being segregated. You know how they say.
Define that, because some folks, we're learning. Some folks are learning.
Okay,
They're taking note. Okay, give him a moment and come over here, stand over
So the
here.
thing is like how I said it's being segregated again, is the fact that, they say Black lives matter. Well, white lives matter, Asian lives matter, all lives matter. So I don't understand why it should just be Black lives. I understand that, what's going on in the country right now is all bad, politically speaking, and just in general, it's all bad. But as a human race, we need to like band together and just be like, this is dumb. This is not the way that any of our founders wanted it to be. You know, including, you know, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. You know, you've got all these people that have came in and done big things for this country, and now we're just falling right back into it again. I don't like it.
All right, so you're saying to our audience, what do you say?
Love one another. As Bob Marley said, one love.
All right, thank you. And now, let's hear what, let's stand over here because I don't want to block patronizing Cub. We are grateful for Cub. All right,
Yeah.
and you are, tell them who you are.
My name is Shelly. I've been in Minnesota my whole life. I was born and raised here.
Shelly, raise your voice.
I really feel that our community really do need to stick together because we need to be as one, and everything shouldn't be so individual. It should be as one, because if we don't stick together, who are we going to stick together for? And we go out, we need to vote, because change is what makes everything happen. And if you sit at home on your couch and don't vote and then get mad about how things are, you had a choice to get up, go vote, and make sure your community stays strong. And more communities go out and voice their opinions about what is going on in our city. A lot of things are changing. It's like a lot of stuff around here now is just being so great. Everything's being done up. I love it. I love it a lot. I mean, it's a lot different change than when I grew up. But it's all about the community. The more we stick together, the more we unite. And I mean, it doesn't have to matter what color you are. It's just who you are as a person. So just love one another and be honest with yourself. I mean, when you do that, peace and prosperity will be your way.
Thank you very much to the both of you. If you would like to check this out and see what everybody's talking about, GMNLiveTV on Facebook.
Okay.
And you'll see this broadcast. And again, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank
Enjoy your
you.
vacation.
Yes. I got 1 day left.
All right, all right. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and cut this short now, but I gave you my word and I said I'd bring it to you. And this is what it's all about. Community view. The business of Tuesday New. Talk to us. All right. Check out the broadcast tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, SB Barber Morning Show. The subject is everything is political. We'll be talking about the wrap-up of today's primaries and so much more, because it does not stop there. That's where the work begins now. All right. Until then, thank you for joining us. We've got to go now.